Hey guys, it's Kosiso here. On today's tutorial, we're learning how to make this collar, a female collar. So if this is something you're interested in, stay tuned while we jump right into the video. So here we have our already sewn shirt. It remains for us to attach the collar, and to do that, you take the circumference of your neckline. You take round of your neckline. Make sure this is done accurately so that you don't have a smaller collar than your neck or a bigger collar than the neckline. So just do it very accurately. So here I have 17 here. So I'm going to use this value to draft my collar. So the next thing I'm going to do is to get the midpoint of 17. That's 17 divided by 2. I'll put my paper on fold, then include that value. That's 8.5. So when I place that value of 8.5, I'm going to look for the midpoint of 8.5, making it 4.5, which I've marked on my paper. Then from that point I'll go up by 0.5 inch because I'm trying to form a curve on my collar. The neck is not straight. You can't have a straight collar, so you have to have a curve on the neckline. So the next thing I'm going to do is to join with a curve from the 0.5 I marked up to my midpoint. So for my collar stand, I want the height to be 1.25. You can use 1 inch, but I'll be using 1.25 for this particular tutorial because it works well for me. And I'm going to follow the line and take it up from the line. I'll measure 1.25 and connect it just the way I'm doing it. Just watch the way I'm placing my curve and connect it just this way. So for this line, I'm going to go in by 0.5 and curve into my collar stand. This is the center front. This curve, if you check most shirts, you see that this curve is always there on the collar. If it's too straight, it will not be fine. It's finer, it's better when it's curved. So right now I'm about to draft my collar 4. This is the second part of my full collar, and I'm going to measure 8.5 that I previously got, circumference of my neckline divided by 2. Then for my collar 4, I'm going to be using a height of 2 inches. This is like a standard, but if you want to go above or lower, you can just as you please. So I'm going to form a rectangular box for my collar 4. So if you notice on most shirts, there's always a space where the collar 4 starts, leaving a space for the button to start. So for me to create that, I'll be going in by 1 inch, just the way I do it. And for my collar, if you don't want to make your collar straight up, you can just make a slant line by the collar. And also I'm just trying to shape my collar so it's not too straight on the neckline, so as it can fit into my collar stand. So the part I'm marking is how I'm going to cut it. So I'll be cutting it through. Note that this pattern is on fold, and we'll be cutting 2 of it. Be cutting 2 collar folds and 2 collar stands. So here's what it looks like after I've cut it out. So my fabric, I'll be cutting 2 of each. I'll be cutting 2 collar stands. Is on fold, that's why I have to fold my fabric that way, and 2 collar folds. So now I have to put 0.5 inch at all parts of my stand and fold. So when I'm done, I'll cut it out. Adding Airstay to each one part of each. I'll add Airstay to one part of the collar 4 and leave the other one empty, just as you're seeing it. So first, I'll be working on my collar first. I'm going to be joining it by that sharp edge at that point there. I'll be joining that part down. I'm going to make right side facing each other. I'm going to use the 0.5 allowance I added to sew it down, then cut out every excess so we don't have a bulky collar at the shoulder part of it. Then when we are done, we turn it over. So now the collar fall is one piece. It is one piece. We use the other one to turn it over. So now we're going to work on the stand. But before you attach the collar stand to the collar fall, you have to get the midpoint of the two of them. So to be easy for you to join the two together before you attach it to your shirt. So now that's what I'm doing. I bent it, then notch it with my scissors. Bend it into two, get the midpoint notch. Do it for all parts of my collar fall and the collar stand. So when I'm done, I'm going to use my collar stand to cover up my collar fall just the way I'm doing it in the video. Put one of the collar stand down, then put the collar fall in between. Then when you are done, you put up another collar stand up. Then you use a pin to hold it down, so when you are sewing it is easy for you. That's what I'm doing. So you can see that the collar fall is in between the collar stand. Then you sew all through just the way I am doing it right now. Then the next thing is to cut out every excess. Make sure that when you sewed your fall together, the first time you sewed it, make sure you iron it down. When you iron it, makes the work look neater. So now that I'm done with this one, now I'll go to my ironing table and iron it down because it's standing. But when I'm done iron, you see how it lays flat and looking so neat. Next thing, now we are done with our collar. So we're going to be attaching this to our shirt, but to do that, we're going to use our iron to bend in the seam allowance by 0.5. Doing this, it makes it easy for you to attach, because sometimes when you are trying to attach your collar, it's not always easy. But when you iron it down, see the way I have done it now, all seams are inside, so when you're attaching it, it's just easier for you. So before you attach it, you get the midpoint of your neckline. This is what I'm doing. You put the button stand together, then you get the midpoint of your neckline, which is going to be at the back of your neck of the shirt. Then when you get that, you also get the midpoint on your collar. Get the midpoint on your collar. All these techniques is just for you to make it easy for yourself when attaching it. It's just easy, and to make your work easier, so that the parts will be equal when you are joining the collar to the shirt. So now I'm trying to get the midpoint on my collar also. Then I'll also notch it, then attach it to the midpoint of my shirt. Then when I'm done, I'll just sew all through. For me, I always like to start my sewing from the part that I notched. Then when I'm done with this, all the first part, I go to the second part. It just makes my work easy. Now that I have attached one part of my collar to the shirt, now I'm going to use this other part to turn it. Make sure you put in your button stand inside. Make sure it's in. Then you use it to cover up the other parts, making sure it's covering your seam lines so that it's going to look neat at the end of the day. So just see the way I'm doing it. Most times I like to use the pattern attached and Airstay, because whenever I iron it just stays. The Airstay allows just stays, so it's easier for me to work with. Some people use gum stay, but I prefer to use an Airstay because it makes my work easy for me. So now this is how it looks. I've used my collar to cover up my shirt neckline, and this is what it looks like. very neat. It is very neat. Very neat color. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial just the way I did. Please subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate. If you know somebody that needs assistance on how to sew cut a collar, please refer this video to the person. Kindly subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more videos and more tutorials on different things you can learn in your sewing journey. So thank you for stopping by. Love you. Bye. See you in the next tutorial.